So Lego grows in value when the sets are no longer manufactured because those sets become rare and scarce and you can't find them in retail stores anymore. But what happens if you can get a set that is immediately scarce? And some sets have much shorter shelf life and some sets you can barely even find as soon as they're released. That is what I'm going to talk about here in this video with the Bricklink Designer program. And this was a program that the Lego Group recently put on. They took some sets that were designed by fans and that were submitted originally as Lego Ideas projects, and they put them to the public to vote for which ones they wanted to actually produce. And they did this in 3 different stages, and eventually they made Lego sets out of these designs. But here's the catch: these sets could only be bought by pre-ordering them. You couldn't actually walk into a Lego store and buy these sets. You had to pre-order them well in advance, and then eventually the sets would get shipped to you. If you didn't pre-order, then you could not buy these sets, and for that reason they become immediately scarce because only a certain amount of them were ever produced. Basically, they made exactly the amount of them that they needed to fulfill the pre-orders. So you had to pre-order and then you would get one. If you didn't pre-order, you don't get them. And only a very limited amount of these sets was created, and they will never be created again. So this is the Bricklink Designer program, and it was done in 3 phases. Each of the phases, there were a handful of sets that were open to the public to vote on, and you voted by pre-ordering essentially. So the sets that got enough pre-orders were actually chosen to be fully created by the Lego Group. So this was essentially a crowdfunding project for the Lego Group, and round 1 started in summer 2021, round 2 was in late 2021, and round 3 was in summer of 2022, and each of them had somewhere between 7 and 9 sets available to be pre-ordered, and in all cases around 5 of them were actually met their limit of pre-orders and were chosen to be manufactured. So that means in this Bricklink Designer program we have 15 Lego sets that were created that are very, very scarce, very rare, and of course that means that they are going to grow in value immediately as soon as people start listing them on eBay and Amazon and different places like that. Now the sets from round 3 have not yet been shipped out to the people who pre-ordered it, but round 1 and 2 have been received. I've actually got some of the sets right here next to me from round 2, and they are being sold right now on eBay. So naturally, as a Lego investor and someone who likes to watch the values of Lego sets go up over time, I wanted to see what is the current return on investment of all of these sets that have been released so far in the Bricklink Designer program. If we look at current eBay selling prices and compare it to what it would have cost to pre-order and buy these sets, what return on investment are people getting right now? How much money are people actually making if they bought these sets and immediately went ahead and sold them at market value on eBay? So we're going to go down through the sets that have been released so far. Again, there are 10 of them. I'm going to start from the lowest to the highest, and the return on investment on some of these sets is simply incredible. So did you pick up any of the Bricklink Designer program sets? Let us know in the comments below. So let's just jump in now and actually start looking at some of these sets. And in 10th place when it comes to return on investment, so this is the lowest return on investment on this list, we have the Venetian Houses, which is 910023, and this is a set with 3,460 pieces. You would have had to pay $290 if you pre-ordered this set. When it shipped out, you would have got charged that amount. But right now on eBay, they're selling for $450, just a couple of months after shipping out. $450 for this one, and this was in round 2, I believe, of the Bricklink Designer program. Profit per unit, if you paid $290 and you sold it for $450, would have been $92.50, and that includes taking out around 15% for the selling fees that you would have to pay to eBay. So you sell it for $450, you pay your fees, and then you're making $92.50 in profit. That is a 32% return on investment on Venetian Houses. And again, we go a lot higher from here. This is the worst one out of this list. We actually are tied for the Mountain Windmill here, and this is set number 91003. 910003. There's an extra number in these set numbers for the Bricklink Designer program. 2,086 pieces, MSRP of $180. I absolutely love this set. This is actually one that I do have right here next to me. And I probably will not sell that set. I just really love this set, so I'm more than likely going to display this. Current price on eBay in recent sales, and again, that's important to note that these are actual sale prices. I took an average of recent sales on eBay, and that's the current price that you see here. $280 in recent sales on eBay. So if you paid $180 and then you sold it for $280, the profit per unit will be $58, or a return on investment of 32%, which again, we're at the lowest kind of on the list here. And I did expect a little more for Mountain Windmill, but you know, maybe it'll go higher from here. In number 8 here we have Retro Bowling Alley. This was a fan favorite for a lot of people as well, and I can see why. This was another massive set of 2,793 pieces. It was set number 910013 with an MSRP of $230. Now, right now in recent sales on eBay, it's selling for around $470. So if you sold it for $470, you'd be making a profit per unit of $169.50. Now, that's a return on investment of 74%. So we just jumped from 32% on Venetian Houses and Mountain Windmill up to 74% on Retro Bowling Alley. And again, we're just in position number 8 here on this list of 10. So we're going higher and higher, but you can see that 74% for number 8 on the list here. We can hazard a guess that the Bricklink Designer Program sets in general have a really good return on investment. In 7th position, we have the Great Fishing Boat. This is set number 910010. It is 1,609 pieces. Not one of my favorites on the list, but obviously has been doing very, very well. It is in number 7 here. Currently on eBay selling for $280. So if you sold it for $280 after buying it for $130, your profit per unit will be $108, which is a return on investment of 83% on top of that $130 that you paid for it. In number 6, now we have Pursuit of Flight. This is 910028 is the set number and an MSRP of $55, so much on the lower end in terms of price. 541 pieces in this one, current price of $120 in recent sales on eBay. Profit per unit will be $47 if you bought it for $55 and sold it for $120. And again, that is counting eBay fees in there as well. So if you paid $55 and then you made $47 in profit, that is a return on investment of 85% on the Pursuit of Flight. And next up we have the Sheriff's Safe. This is number 5 on the list. Set number 910016. This is another one that a lot of people really loved. It had a lot of buzz around this set. MSRP of $50, current price on eBay of $110, so profit per unit of $43.50, which is a return on investment of 87% on this one. In number 4, we have the Modular Lego Store, the other one that I have sitting right next to me here. And this was another one that I really felt strongly about because as soon as I saw this, I felt like city builders, people who build cities and collect modular buildings, just couldn't say no to this set. And over time, people would go looking for it in the aftermarket because it just works so well with anyone who collects modular buildings. This is set number 910009. MSRP of $180, which is right around what we expect of a modular building. The current price is $440 on eBay. Now, if you are a buyer and seller of Lego modular buildings, usually you have to wait a little while to be able to sell one for $440. If you can buy it for $180 and sell it for $440, sure, you'll probably be able to do that with a lot of the modulars like the Parisian restaurants and the brick banks and the detective's office. But this one immediately got to this price, right? Because again, it is so scarce. $440, and that is profit per unit of $194, more than double of what you paid for this set. That's a return on investment of 108% on this one. Next up, we have Kakapu, or Kakapo. I'm actually not even sure how to pronounce that. That is set number 910017. MSRP of $80, and this was in the first round of the Bricklink Designer Program. Current price of $200 now on eBay. So recent sales selling for $200. From an $80 price point, of course, that will give you a profit per unit of $90 or a return on investment of 113% on this one. And again, we are just in number 3 here. We've still got 2 more sets to go. Number 2, one of the favorites for most people across the entire Bricklink Designer Program, the Castle in the Forest. What an incredible, incredible set, and it is one of my favorites as well. Set number 910001, MSRP of $180 for this 1,957 piece set. Amazing set, very nostalgic for a lot of people. Because of the design and being so similar to other castle sets that maybe people would have built years ago. Current price of $450 on eBay, which is doing fantastically well in terms of value going up. That's a profit per unit of $202.50 approximately, which is a return on investment of 113%. So if you pick this up in the first round of the Bricklink Designer Program, then in terms of the value of this set, you are doing very, very well. And in the first round of the Bricklink Designer Program, you could actually buy multiples of the set. I think there was a limit of 5 on this. And this one is doing fantastically well in terms of value. So 113%, well done if you did pick it up. Let us know in the comments down below, did you buy any of the castle in the forest? Now in number 1, and the set that has grown the most in value or is selling at the highest return on investment right now, is the Clockwork Aquarium set number 910015. Now this was a $65 MSRP with 876 pieces in the box. Amazing looking set, a lot of fun. I imagine this to be a fun build. Let us know, did you build it? What's it like? Current price $170 on eBay right now, and profit per unit of $79.50 if you sold it for $170. That's a return on investment of 122%. Overall, this is pretty incredible to see, right? When we actually lay it all out like this, we can see the Bricklink Designer Program in general, you know, in terms of values going up, in terms of Lego investing, has been very, very strong, right? The Bricklink Designer Program has been very strong. There were a lot of question marks over this program because, of course, the supply was going to be constrained, right? There was never a question about that because they were made to order. You had to pre-order, and then they only made the quantity that they needed to fulfill the pre-orders. So when you have a made-to-order item like that, it's going to be very, very scarce. The supply is always going to be low, especially in round 2 and round 3 when there was even more quantity limits. You know, Lego investors couldn't buy 5 of each of the SKUs. However, the question mark really was around demand. Would the Lego community, would the Lego fandom be looking for these sets after they've sold out? Would there be enough demand there for prices to go up to these kind of numbers? When you have something like Castle in the Forest selling for $450, or we have some of the others like Modular Lego Store selling for $440. Would the demand still be there? Do enough people even know that the sets exist for them to go to eBay and go and buy these sets? And, you know, the Lego fandom has spoken. Yes, the demand is strong. These sets are constantly selling on eBay. If you go and search recent sales on eBay, you're going to see sale after sale after sale. And that is, of course, why we're seeing these prices quickly tick up there, because the demand continues to be strong, but the supply is very, very restricted on these sets. Make sure to check out the description down below for a link to join our free Facebook group all about Lego investing. We talk about Lego investing strategies and deals and different things like that, and it's a completely free group. So make sure to join the free Facebook group in the description down below. And if you're new to the channel, of course, please hit that subscribe button if you want to learn more about Lego investing and more of this kind of content about values of Lego sets going up over time. Hit that subscribe button. Once again, I'm Shane from brickbucks.net, and I will see you in the next one.